Hey guys, my name is Deb and I'm from Aussie Mail. Welcome to our chainmail tutorial channel. Hey guys, a big hi, hello, welcome, how are you today? I'm so pleased you decided to pop in and spend some time with me. So today I'm doing a redo of a video. So a few years back when we decided to do this as a way of helping our customers learn more weaves, the first video I ever did on Facebook where we started was GSG and Arkham. Now the quality of the video was awful, I was nervous as all get up, and I never transferred it across from Facebook to YouTube when we made the change here because the quality was just, it was horrific. So I'm going to do a redo of GSG for you today. Hopefully it'll be of much better quality than that old video, and let's get into it, guys. Okay guys, so I've got some sample pieces here for you of GSG. The sizes that I used will be coming up here on the screen, as well as they'll be listed down in the description section as well for you. But to quickly run through them, so this one here is 14 gauge AWG, which is 1.6mm diameter wire. And the ring ID I chose to use here was 5/16 of an inch or 7.94mm. This one here is 16 gauge AWG, 1.2mm diameter wire. The ring ID here is 7/32 of an inch or 5.56mm. This one, 18 gauge AWG, 1mm diameter wire. The ring ID here is 3/16 of an inch or 4.76mm. And lastly, the 20 gauge AWG, 0.8mm diameter wire. Ring ID was 5/32 of an inch or 3.97mm. Just a quick note here, the 14 and the 18 gauge versions use the rings have an aspect ratio of around 5, which is what is recommended for GSG. This one here is a little bit tighter, the 7/32 or the 5.5mm ID. Recommended ID for this one is about 5.75, but as you can see, if you want colour in it, the 5.5 works beautifully. If you don't have 5.5, you could probably do 1/4 of an inch, but it would be a lot looser. The 20 gauge version, the actual size for this one using the recommended AR would be about 3.75mm. So this one's got 3.97. So it gives it a slightly more opened look, but if you're after the two colours that show off this weave so brilliantly, then you'll want to do the 5/32. Okay guys, so to start this weave you're going to need to pre-close 2 of your rings and then take up a twist tie and feed it through both those rings, positioning them so that you've got that eye in the middle showing. So for those that don't know what an eye is, this is the section here that overlaps, where the rings overlap. It looks a little like an eye, so that's what we call the eye. So there's 2 maneuvers with this ring weave. We go through the eye, which is placing our ring straight through here, or we weave the ring so that it goes around the eye, which means we put it through here and then we continue to feed it up through here so that when it sits, it encircles that, it doesn't go straight through it. So those are the 2 steps that you're going to need to do GSG. So they're quite simple. So hold on to your rings like this. And I'm going to take up my other colour ring. So my BA rings first, my AA or anodized aluminium rings are going to be next. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one through the eye, so that goes straight through there like that. I'm going to close that ring up, and then I'm going to let that ring fall to my right. Okay? And then I'm going to take up another coloured ring, and this one I'm going to go around the eye. So keeping that ring there falling to the right, I'm going to go around the eye, which means I'm going to go through this ring here on the right and bring it back and go through the silver ring on the left. Okay, and then I'm going to close that up. And then I'm going to position those rings in such a way that they're sort of sitting up. So our bright aluminium rings are sort of laying down flat, and our anodized rings are sort of sitting up. They're looking at us. And you can see, although it's very small, you can see in here the eye where the two anodized rings overlap. Okay? So we're going to work in our bright aluminium rings this time. And we're going to do exactly what we did before, but we're going to be working into our anodized rings. So we're going to take our first ring and we're going to feed it straight through the eye of the anodized rings. We're going to close that up. And we're going to let that fall to the left. And then our next ring is going to go around the eye. So through the ring there on the right, back up through the ring there on the left, and then close that up. And then remember, our BA rings lie flat, so we just want to position that so they're lying flat on top of the previous set of rings, previous set of BA rings. So you can see that there, the BA is flat, the AA stands up, the BA is flat. Okay, and basically we just repeat all those steps again. So taking our anodized rings this time, because our last ones were bright aluminium, we're going to go through the eye there of the bright aluminium. We're always working into the previous row of rings. We're going to let that first ring fall to the right, take up another opened ring. This one goes around the eye, so we go through the ring there on the right, bring it up and go through the ring on the left. And then we close that up. Because they're our anodized rings, they stand up, they're looking at us. They're not going to take this laying down, not like those lazy BA rings. And we're going to go through the eye again, close it up, lay it down to your right, take up a new ring, feed it around the eye, close it up, lay those ones down flat, and we just keep doing that, guys. That is really all there is to it. Just things you need to be aware of as you're working. Be aware of which side is the front and the back of your weave. If you have to put it down, if you turn it around, it can make a difference. If you turn it around and you've turned it upside down and you're working on the other side, you're going to find a difference in the way the rings lay. So we don't want to do that. So just be very careful of the positioning of this if you ever put it down. But that's all you do. You just keep doing those same steps, working in the alternate colours. If you want to work in alternate colours, you certainly don't have to. First one goes through the eye and lays down to the right. The second one goes on top, it goes around the eye, just like that. Okay, one set lies down, the next set stands up. So that's it. That is the GSG weave, or its full name, Great Southern Gathering. Alright guys, well that's it. That is the video tutorial today. Hopefully you found this to be helpful. GSG is a fabulous weave and I am sure you will enjoy it, and we use it in many other tutorials that we have here. Alright guys, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber already. Check out some of our other videos while you're here. And last but certainly not least, guys, don't forget to give our shop link up here a little bit of love, where you'll find all the bits and bobs and you know what's that you're going to need to do up this video and many of our other tutorials. Alright guys, thanks again for popping in. I hope you're all looking after yourselves and keeping well, and that you'll see me again sometime in the very near future. Bye.